What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our Road to the GOAT series. Each episode, we're getting closer and closer to making it to the number one league, which is the greatest of all time. And we have our matchup here, the Sixers versus the Philadelphia 76ers. So it's a mirror matchup, nothing to be too mad about. And the thing that I did before we even started this game is that I did a bit of cheese. I put Ben Simmons at the 2 and I put Seth Curry at the 1 just so I could have that matchup advantage. And I wanted to see if my opponent was going to adjust to what I did, and we'll see how that plays out in this video. But quickly in this game, we got 2 points early, and then you see my opponent, he got that foul animation, and I want you to pay attention to that foul animation because he got it like 2 or 3 times in a row on like several possessions. So it was just crazy. So let's get back to the game. You see here again, he comes into a spin and then he gets fouled. I don't know why my guys were reaching so hard. The first one I would put on me, but the second one was on the computer. I don't know why they did that, but we're on offense. We get the bucket with Ben Simmons because we have that matchup advantage over Seth Curry. So he tries to do the spin again. Doesn't work this time, but he does it one more time and he gets back to the free throw line. I had to pause right quick because I didn't know if I should have made a adjustment in the menus, but ultimately I just decided that I think it was luck more than something he knew what he was doing and like some type of cheese. Good pump fake here by Dwight Howard, getting the dunk to go, and we're up 9-2. So a pretty good start in a mirror matchup, and my opponent, I guess he doesn't want to play anymore, so he is up out of here quickly, and that is going to improve our record now to 40-3. I wish a lot more of my matches were like this, but it's exciting and fun to play the games that are close and intense. And I know once I hit the NBA seed, the games are going to get a lot more harder. So, the main matchup here, we have the 2011-2012 Oklahoma City Thunder going up against the current Milwaukee Bucks. We've seen the Bucks before, and we know that they could shoot. Especially, I played against a lot of guys who have that shot meter off, and with the Bucks, this team, you could run a 5-out offense with them and you'll be pretty good. And that's because you have Giannis, who has immaculate driving abilities, and you're kind of forced to help on the drive, leaving the other 4 guys wide open on the perimeter. So that's where this team is really good at. And you see my opponent, he is trying to do exactly that. Get into the rim, then trying to kick it out for a wide open 3. And the Milwaukee Bucks, they could shoot pretty good on this game. But we have the classic or the historical Oklahoma City Thunder, consistent of Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. When these guys were in the prime years of their OKC careers, this team was crazy to watch, and I know they got just blown away by the Miami Heat in the finals, but this is a pretty good team to play with on 2K because you have the guys that I mentioned. Look at KD, standing dunk over 2 guys. You have the guys that I mentioned, Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. This will be a perfect match or a perfect team to choose against the 2016-2017 Golden State Warriors, I believe. So that is a matchup I would like to have the Oklahoma City Thunder in, because I think with their defensive abilities, they could be better than the Golden State Warriors, the 2016-2017 one that is on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. So, getting back to the match, I'm struggling a little bit. We're scoring on offense, but our defense is looking a little bit suspect, and I'm not really liking how we're playing offense. I felt like I was just trying to drive too much and abuse the superstars that I had, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it led to a couple of possessions where we could have gotten a lot better shots, especially late in the shot clock, and it led to him getting some quick and easy buckets. So my opponent, look at him, 5 out, all the perimeter guys or all of his 4 guys are on the outside. The ball handler drives in, gets the layup over Russell Westbrook. I'm surprised he made that. I thought I played pretty good defense, but unfortunately we did not. So we're back on offense once more, and the score is 8-10. Like I said, we're scoring, but we're not playing good enough defense. And going up against the Bucks is always a challenge. So not a good pass by me here, but we do get a down low to Kendrick Perkins, get the bucket and the foul to go. So we're starting to pull away a little bit in this first quarter, and we just need to get our defensive act together. So my opponent this time calls for the pick and roll, wide open 3. Westbrook got caught up on the screen, and he hits that 3-pointer. So later on, I had to make the adjustments of us switching on all on-ball screens. So we're back on offense. Russell Westbrook, straight to the rim, one-handed dunk, and that is the Westbrook you want to see. That guy, once he gets to the rim, he's going to get a poster or a dunk animation just about every time, and he's an excellent finisher at the rim. So my opponent trying to get to the rim, can't really find nothing, backs it out with Chris Middleton. We have KD on him. Middleton trying to look for the shot, and Middleton is a very good 3-point shooter. We thought we had the steal there, but unfortunately we did not. I really don't know what my opponent is trying to do, but he calls for the pick and roll once again. We get caught up on it once more by Bobby Portis, and he hits that 3-pointer. And I said enough is enough. We have to switch on these screens. So 15-14, first quarter coming down. Russell Westbrook blocking foul. We were already in the shooting motion, so count that bucket, and he is going to hit that free throw. And that will take us out of the first quarter and heading into the second quarter. So we still have a pretty nice lead. The score right now is 18-14. Only up by 4 points, but that's fine with me. I feel like the defensive settings that we made in that first quarter is really going to help us a lot because we were getting caught heavy on those picks. So I took some of these starters out. I left Russell Westbrook in because that's a guy who has a high overall when it comes to stamina, and I know I could leave him in for the majority of the game. So Kevin Durant and James Harden can rest up a bit, and when I bring them back in, Westbrook will come back out, and then those 2 guys will just take over the show. So Westbrook again, getting to the rim, finishing at the rim, and the bucket is good. 22-14. Now we're up by 10 points after getting to the line a couple times and knocking down our free throws. So we brought the starters back in. That's why we have that defensive adjustments on switch all. Good switch there, leading to the easy bucket, and my opponent is up out of here. Good defensive adjustment in the second quarter, or late first quarter into the second quarter, and my opponent basically had enough, and that is another victory for us. So we improved to 41-3, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.